Title: The List on the Fridge. 8 Principles to Live By. It was the breaking point. Nina was 37 when the floor gave out from under her life. Not literally. Her one-bedroom apartment in the South Australian suburb of Salisbury was still standing, but it felt like the foundations had caved in. She had just been laid off from her marketing job again, and the payout from her severance pay wouldn't last. Her mother was battling early dementia back in Tasmania. Her marriage had ended quietly 2 years prior, without drama, just slowly decayed over a few years. And the worst part? She couldn't remember the last time she had truly wanted anything. Not dreamed vaguely, not scrolled through Instagram thinking maybe, not nodded politely when asked about her 5-year plan. Wanted. Deep down, spine stiffening, soul anchoring desire. That night she sat cross-legged on the floor of her too-quiet kitchen, with a cheap glass of wine warming in her palm, staring at the scuffed surface of her refrigerator. It was blank. Not a photo. Not a list. Nothing. And that emptiness hit her harder than the job loss. So the list begins. 2 days later, in a burst of restless energy, or maybe fear, Nina grabbed a dry erase marker and started writing on the fridge. Not chores. Not meal plans. A list. Big, real, scary things. Her whole hand shook as she wrote. 1. Get a job I believe in. 2. Take care of mom. 3. Get physically strong again. 4. Pray for 5 minutes every morning. 5. Start the business idea I keep hiding from. 6. Forgive Jordan. 7. Serve someone who can't repay me. 8. Be useful, not just busy. That list sat there every day. And slowly, it began to do something. Because it wasn't just a list. It was a declaration. And with each item, she unknowingly tapped into something ancient and powerful, call it focus, or purpose, or soul alignment. But whatever it was, it started moving her. Then came the fight back. She didn't land her dream job overnight. The first month was full of rejection emails, junk food, and self-doubt. But each morning she dragged herself to the fridge and picked one item to act on. Just one. One call to her mom. One 30-minute jog. One email to a company she admired. One whispered prayer, God, please, show me what to do next. It felt like crawling through mud. But the list kept her pointed north. She didn't try to do it all. She did what she could, with what she had, every day. Even if that was just choosing to speak kindly to herself. And sometimes that was the victory. She printed the scripture in bold letters and taped it right next to the list. Good planning and hard work lead to prosperity. Proverbs 21 verse 5. She repeated it until she started believing it. It was the hard truths, but a soft landings. One night, after a particularly brutal day, Nina was tempted to scrap the whole list. I'm tired of trying, she muttered to herself, wiping her eyes. But then she read, Teach us to number our days, that we may gain a heart of wisdom. Psalm 90 verse 12. She realized then, the list wasn't just about goals. It was about honoring time. Her time. Her life. Time wasn't something to survive or kill. It was something to shape. And so she did what she could that night. She called her mom. They laughed about an old family story. That call became a habit. That habit became joy. That joy gave her energy. That energy opened doors. Weeks later, she got a freelance project with a nonprofit helping women entrepreneurs. That became part-time. Then full-time. Then, miraculously, a director role. It wasn't what she thought she wanted. It was better. Nina thinking to herself, 6 months later. I used to think life was about achievement. About building a resume people would admire when they Googled you. But now? I think it's about building something inside you don't have to advertise. I wake up early now, not because I'm superhuman, but because I've decided my mornings are sacred. I write things down. I say no a lot more. I tell people I love them when I think of it, not just when it's convenient. And I keep that list on the fridge, even though I've completed most of it. Because it reminds me, the power's not in finishing the list. It's in having one. Everyone's got a fridge. Put your soul on it. _ There is the lessons you can learn by. Yes, it's the 8 principles in plain sight. 1. Know what matters, on purpose. If you don't name it, the world will name it for you. Proverbs 19 verse 21. 2. Write it down. Put it somewhere visible. The fridge, the mirror, your lock screen. Don't let it live only in your head. 3. Deadlines force movement. Make dates real. Soon is not a time. 4. Lists are ladders. Small steps. Keep track. Step up one at a time. 5. Organize or drown. Structure frees you. Scattered minds go nowhere fast. 6. Do something now. Motion beats perfection. Ephesians 5 verses 15 to 16. 7. Make it daily. Build rituals that tug you forward even when your motivation's on empty. 8. Pick a goal worth your life. Make sure your why is big enough to survive your worst day. Psalm 90 verse 12. Yes, the marker still works. Nina never erased the list. She added to it. Modified it. Changed goals as life changed her. But the fridge remained her compass. A mirror. A battle plan. Her niece visited once, saw the list, and started her own version in her dorm room, 8 sticky notes stuck to her closet door. That's how truth moves. Quietly, from fridge to fridge, heart to heart. The takeaway just for you that you can experiment with. Tonight, grab a marker, or a Post-it, or open the Notes app. Write down 8 things that matter more than your excuses. Big or small. Don't try to be impressive. Be honest. Put it where you'll see it daily. And then, just do one thing from that list. Every day. Even if it's tiny. Especially if it's tiny. You'll start to feel something shift. That's not magic. That's momentum. That's grace. That's wisdom becoming muscle. And one day, you'll realize, you don't just have a list. You have a life worth living. Today is a gift. Live it fully, love deeply, and walk in the joy that has been placed within you. God will never leave you nor forsake you. No matter what comes, you are safe in His hands. Penned by Gary Conan Doyle. In worship of God's wonderful glory.
Hey, thanks for listening. If you're still here, something in this story or song clicked with you. So here's a little secret. When you hit thumbs up, it tells the YouTube gremlins, hey, more of this. And if you subscribe, it's like saying, yeah, I want in. So go ahead, tap like, hit subscribe, and make sure you don't miss what's next. Because this ride, it's just getting started.